It's never too late to make this year what you want it. I promise you that. Hey everybody, it is Megan Holly, and this is the Magic Made podcast. And you might be thinking, wait a second, this looks a little bit different. And you're right. I am recording from home today. I'm not in the studio. And for those of you who follow me on stories on Instagram and TikTok and all the places, you may recognize it a little bit, right? It's in the background of my stories all the time and just the glimpses of my life. So today I'm surrounded by a bunch of fun things because together we are going to kind of up level our vision for 2026. Because so often, I know for me at least, I go into the beginning of the year with high hopes and excitement. Most years I've done some sort of a vision board, and this year I didn't. Well, okay, I had, I should say I had high hopes, and I still have high hopes, and really grounded goals, really more than anything. Hope and all of that is beautiful, but grounded goals is where it's at. And so I realized though that I didn't do a vision board for a myriad of reasons, just a lot going on and all the things. And I thought to myself, okay, I was hearing a lot about the year of the fire horse, and that started at the end of February. Now we're going into March, and I'm like, okay, let's blaze this. Let's let this go. And then I saw somebody talking about I think it was an Instagram reel. They were like, why do we treat January as kind of like the year to start, or the time, I should say, to start just blossoming and firing off into our goals and the life that we want to create when we're supposed to be hibernating. Spring, and when it starts to just kind of shift and things come alive, even just a little bit, is when we should be focusing on that. So between the year of the fire horse just starting and that sentiment that like March, April, May is when we can really ignite into ourselves and feel alive again, we're gonna take a little bit of time right now in this episode to talk through creating a more intentional vision board. So this is my vision board from last year. It's wonderful. It's great. So much of it has become a very core concept and kind of consistency in my life. However, it's flimsy. It's not as kind of finished, if you will. And in my world, the space around us creates the energy around us. It creates the thoughts in our minds, right? Just it is kind of the foundation, if you will, for what we do, how we do it. And so I started thinking, wait a second, this flimsy little kind of piece isn't so grounded in really where I want to go. And then furthermore, I was sitting there, and you know, if you've been around, that I am a thrifter. I love getting crafty, DIYs, all the things. And there's this piece that I had gotten from a grateful party a while back. So this grateful party was something where people bring 10, gently used items that they just aren't really feeling anymore. And they bring them and people swap and switch out. And it's just a really cool thing. Well, I picked this up thinking, you know what? It's unique. It's weird. I'm going to put it in the house. And I'm just not inspired by it. I'm just not. But what I am inspired by is that it's a blank canvas that is already in existence. It's sustainable. It is here. And it's got a frame that feels good, right? And it's a little bit huge. So I feel like I have to go big and really just make this happen. So if you're already like, I know where you're going with this, I'm going to use this to create my vision board. And I'm really excited about it because it's something that I can put in a prominent place and actually really be proud of. It's an up-leveled version, right? You know what I mean? So think this is going to stay. I was considering painting this, but I don't know that I'm going to. We'll see. If I get a little kind of creative hair, I may. But right now, this will stay. But I can glue and paste my vision board pieces in here. And then it started me thinking, how fun would it be to do that together as a community? Now, you may already have done your vision board. Maybe you never have done a vision board. Maybe you haven't done one. Either way, I think we should all jump into this in some way, shape, or form. Because I think if we come together as a community and we do this, so say you already created yours and you're like, well, I've already done it. You can transfer it on, right? You can pull these in and like put them on a new piece, or do a whole new one, whatever tickles your fancy, and join in with me. So I am going to cut shortly here to some inspiration for you. So I went to the thrift store and showed just different things. You might not want to have something this big and so grand as your vision board. So I went to the thrift store and I found different little things for like $2, $3, $4, $5, different sizes, different shapes, different kind of unique pieces that you could turn into your vision board and just make it mean something even more. Furthermore, I've got some greenery and some just kind of cool little beads. Some of these I found at the thrift store as well. Some I already had on hand that I'm going to add into one of the ideas that I had for us all. And I will show that later, but I want to get your juices going. Look around your house. What do you already have that you could turn into a vision board? Maybe it's an old piece that is just like not inspiring you anymore. It's a piece of art. It's a piece of, maybe it's a canvas. It is even a journal that you're like, I could make this into my vision board. Something that you already have may very well just exist and be perfect. If not, head to the thrift store and find something fabulous and get creative with it. So I hope my inspiration that I show here shortly does that for you. And I'm going to invite you on Friday, March 20th at 7 p.m. Central Time to come and hang out with me and put it all together. So start gathering ribbons, start gathering stickers, start gathering cutouts from magazines or books or whatever it might be. And I have a Dove chocolate bar on here, or not the actual chocolate bar. I ate that, but the wrapper. It doesn't have to be fancy. So start gathering supplies and let's do this together, because really though, some people think, oh, it's just so, cliche. It's so woo-woo. It's so whatever you want to call it to do this. But in my opinion, like for instance, last year I put these kiddos dancing because, as you know, I've been on a 14th month walk with dancing more, finding more joy, finding more fun, finding more laughter, time for fun. That, whether the vision board was the thing that was the catalyst or not for me, it has kept top of mind. And so to me, when we put the intention, when we start gluing the things together, when we start just saying, you know what, I'm going to commit to making this more top of mind, is when the real stuff happens, when the actions become louder than the woo, right? And we know that action creates change. It creates a ripple effect, and it's a beautiful thing. And so as we go into doing this project, now if you can't make it on Friday, March 20th, feel free to do this as you want, but please make sure that you tag me in your process or your end product or in something you're inspired by. I would love to see it. And if you can make it, be there. I'm going to put a link to a Zoom in my bio and on my stories. I'll remind people over time. So if you're not hanging out in stories, be sure you're doing that, because then you won't miss it. But if you're not able to do it with me and you're going to do it at your own time, which is so beautiful, so sacred, so amazing, be sure that each time that you're cutting something out or pasting something into whatever piece that you decide to do, that you are sitting with intention. You are getting quiet with yourself. You are allowing yourself to have just a beautiful conversation as you're creating, right? And if you do it with a friend or a loved one, really step into it more. And if you're like, you know what, it's March. Why? Why would we even want to do this? Because it doesn't matter what day, what month, what year, what moment it is, we always get the chance to create our now and move into our future selves. So don't let that discourage you. And just know that if you are in a defeated place, if you are in a space where you are like, nothing feels like it's going to motivate me, why not give it a try, right? Why not put a little intention, have a little crafty fun? Listen, I know that not everybody is crafty and loves all the paint and the things, but why not give yourself a little bit of space to play? Bring out your inner child. Bring out an effervescent feeling that we all have somewhere deep down there. Sometimes it's like we have to crawl down and really dig, but it's there. It always is. It always has been. So let's have fun creating and talking out loud and into action our vision for this year. What are some visions that you have? Share them with me. I would love to hear them. Also, did you pick out words, mantras, anything like that? Let me know. Mine are going to go on my board. In fact, so much so, I want to be so resourceful, because so much of what was on my board last year is still a work in progress, which really is always, you know what I mean? Like that's year after year, there's going to be things. You're not just going to be like, done. Like I'm the most confident version of myself I will ever be. And that's it. It's not. It ebbs and flows, right? So a lot of these things I'm going to pull off and use again. But what I am going to make sure is super prominent, which I did not do last year, was that my words of the year, because I always pick 3 words of the year, I let them come to me as they want. And I have 2 solid ones and one that's just still kind of floating out in space. I want them to be prominent on my piece this year. So think about that. Think about just having a ball, pulling in whatever feels good for you. And if you stay tuned for just a little bit of the clips after, you will understand what I mean by this greenery, because we're like a 3D vision board. What are we doing here? Actually, it's more like turning it into something that will become a staple part of your home, which is so exciting to me. So jump in with me, come head to the thrift store. Let's see what we find. And I can't wait to see what you create. And I hope to see you on Friday, March 20th, 7 p.m. Central Time. Grab the link. I cannot wait for you to create and see what you dream up and bring to life, what you already have done this year and what you continue to do into the rest of the months. And it's going to be so good. So don't forget to keep looking for the magic, find the light, send me those shimmers, those rainbows, those prisms, all the things, the sunbeams you see through the trees. Keep tagging me, keep sending them over. Together we're creating this magical world where we can remember that the magic is really in the mundane and that life can feel a little bit more special just by being more intentional and more present in everyday life. So until next time, my friends, happy creating, and I can't wait to see what you build and just bring to life. Okay, so around here, we like to keep it fun, thrifty, sustainable, unique. So this project is going to be nothing different. So we are going to gather things from around the house. I'm going to show you some of the things that I'm gathering. We're going to go to the thrift store to find a few things to create this without A, spending a lot of money, but B, by using this brain of ours to make it that much more intentional and just unique and beautiful. And so come along with me, because here's the thing. The beautiful kind of visual of it all is awesome, but what's more important is the action step of doing it, of creating it, that will move the energy and kind of get the momentum going. So let's go. I can't wait to see what you create. And so let's do this. Okay, here's some examples here. I just kind of picked up some random things. You can have really any size, any shape, any vibe you want, but just think about using this and then covering this back with whatever you want. You're going to copy and paste your whole entire vision board in there anyway, so you might as well just start with a blank slate. And really you're spending, $3.99 to have a permanent vibe, a permanent piece to create your vision board. Now, here's just another kind of example of that. And just a different shape. This one I'm kind of obsessed with, and if I didn't already have a piece, I would get this. So take a look at this. It basically has a blank slate where neither of these really matter what these look like, right? Because we're going to cover it with all of our cutouts and our words and our pictures that we want for our vision board. And then at the bottom of this one, it's got like a little planter moment here. So you could put some fake greenery in there and just really have a piece that you can put and be proud of in your space to keep your vision and your goals alive. Honestly, I'm a little sad that I already have a piece to use, because this would be so epic. If you're local to me, just let me know. I can put it aside. This one's also really cool. It's just different. Can you imagine putting your whole vision board just in this? And then this is kind of just like, a little extra bonus. Now, if you don't like the color of this, you could always paint it. You can just paint it a simple black. You can do whatever you want with it. You could even cover this with vision board things, but it would be kind of like 2D, if you will. So just really kind of, the possibilities are endless if you use and allow yourself to use your mind. Another great spot to look at the thrift store is like the birthday and party section, because there's cards, there's bags you might be inspired by. Maybe you'd want to cut something out of it or make it the background on a part of your vision board. Also, this bag of cards, for instance, like you can cut a word out from one of the cards. You can use part of this as design or a background or something. So never underestimate the power of just unique things that you can put into it and really make it your own. Here's another little thought. You could get a cute little blank book. This one is only 99 cents, and you can make this your vision board, right? So you can keep it on your desk, keep it with you in your bag. It could be something different and unique. I'm sitting in the parking lot to go into the Dollar Tree, and I don't know the last time I was in a Dollar Tree, but I know they have a decent craft section. So I definitely want to check it out and see kind of, what might be there. I'm thinking mainly I'm just looking for some like letters. I used to scrapbook a ton, and I used to love just like the die cut letters and things like that to be able to use in different ways. And other than that, between the thrift store, and I'll show you more of that and give you all the goodies and stuff that I already have at home, I think we're going to be good. We're going to make beautiful things out of whatever we have. We are home and are ready to get inspired. So just to give you a little bit of something and really get your gears going on how to gather from stuff that's from around the house. If you want to go to the thrift store, all the things, there is endless possibilities. So this card was something that my bestie gave me for my 40th birthday. And she's going on my vision board this year because I want to embody this badass, just like ruthless, love doing whatever I want kind of vibe. I'm here for it. So that's going on there. So think creatively. Do you have cards that you love? Do you have, for instance, all of these came out of a planner that I had, and I was like, wait a second, there's so many good quotes. I'm sure a few of them would really make sense for what I want to pull into this year. Live colorfully. That would not really, really go good with this, for instance. I could put that on top of it and just really have fun with it. So get creative. As you can see, I've got just different papers, and I found this huge haul of these glitter pens, which your girl's going to add some accents of glitter for this and my other project that I will be showing soon. But for $1.99, there was like, I don't know, maybe 12 of these in the pack. These are just a few of them, and goodbye in my world because I will use them. Also, you may peep in the back here that I did end up getting this piece. I just could not stop thinking about how this could be turned into something amazing. It has the potential to be an epic vision board. So this will turn into my visions, my dreams, and all the goodness. And then I've got some greenery, if you might see over there in the corner, that's going in here. So I can make this a staple piece in my office. I've already figured out where it's going. And this is just going to be an up-leveled vision board that I know, that I really truly know is going to keep my attention, right? And that's what's really important about that. So get creative, have fun, go grab whatever you can and just create from your heart. I hope that you can join me on Friday, March 20th, 7 p.m. Central Standard Time on Zoom. I'll have the links in all my bios and the show notes and all the good things, but let's go create. Let's have some fun, my friends. This is going to be great. And if you can't join me, I would love for you to tag me in your process, in your final product, and let's make the rest of this year feel just so wonderful and intentional.